Hi students, here is the class for you on the topic balancing the chemical equation by using partial equation method. What is meant by chemical equation? Just let us see now. A plus B gives rise to C plus D. This is the chemical equation. A symbolic representation of the chemical reaction is known as chemical equation. Here we should not use the general names or common names of the compounds of the chemical compounds. Okay, you have to use only the chemical formulae of the chemical substances. Here A plus B, these two are the reactants, okay, and C plus D, these two are products. According to law of conservation of mass, the mass of the reactants always equal to the mass of the products, and the number of atoms presented in the reactant side, nothing but LHS side, always equals to the number of atoms presented in the product side, nothing but RHS side. Okay, so we need to balance the chemical equation. And in our previous session about hit and trial method, I explained in this topic only balancing the chemical equation. Actually, hit and trial method is useful for the balancing simple chemical reactions. For a reaction in which the same element is repeated in a number of compounds, partial equation method is more helpful. Moreover, it tells about the probable mechanism of the reaction. Okay, now let's see about the balancing the chemical equation by using partial equation method. Before going to start the topic, you have to see one's description. I have provided all the links in that previous session also, hit and trial method, some examples we have done. Okay, after that partial equation method you can see. First of all, the chemical reaction represented by the equation is supposed to proceed in 2 or more steps. Okay, first one is the skeleton equation representing each step are written and then balanced by hit and trial method. These equations are known as partial equations. Okay, then that equation is known as partial equation. Then if you balance that equation by using this partial equation method. For suppose, if necessary, the partial equations are multiplied by suitable integers so as to cancel those intermediate products which do not occur in the final equation. Finally, the partial equations are added up to get the final balanced equation. Let us see what are the methods involving in that. Let's see by solving the examples. Example number 1. The skeleton equation to represent the action of chlorine on a hot solution of sodium hydroxide is, let's write the chemical equation for this. NaOH is the sodium hydroxide plus chlorine is the molecular formula Cl2. And students, what are the products here? NaCl, right, and NaClO3 plus H2O. NaClO3 is sodium hypochlorite, CHLO, RITE, chlorite. Okay, sodium hypochlorite, NaClO3. Now balance this equation by the method of partial equations. That is the question. Okay students, let's do the solution for this. This reaction is supposed to take place in the following steps. What I am going to tell you. In step 1, chlorine reacts with water to form hydrochloric acid. First of all, Cl2 plus H2O, HCl, hydrochloric acid plus HClO. This is equation 1. Okay, chlorine reacts with water to form hydrochloric acid and hypochlorous acid. The name of this compound is hypochlorous acid as an intermediate product. This is step number 1. In step number 2, sodium hydroxide neutralizes the acids formed in step 1. Okay, now sodium hydroxide NaOH is neutralizes the hydrochloric acid which has formed in step. About that reaction you know very well, that's about neutralization reaction or acid base reactions. Here NaOH is the basic solution and here HCl is the acidic solution. Okay, then acid base, this is the reaction of acid base reaction. Then students, final products are common salt and with water. Okay, this is the general equation. So equation number 2, for suppose if you add this quantity of NaOH to this hypochlorous acid also HClO, then final product should be NaClO plus H2O. This is equation number 3. Okay, sodium hypochlorite and NaClO is unstable at higher temperatures. It is undergoes self-reduction and oxidation to give a mixture of sodium chloride and sodium chlorate. Let's see the chemical equation for that. Self-reduction, oxidation to give a mixture of sodium chloride and sodium chlorate. This is sodium chlorate. Now balancing this equation here, and if you place in front of this NaClO and here also, here too, now this is balanced. So equation number 4. To cancel the intermediate products which do not occur in the final equation, multiply the partial equations 1, 2, 3, these equation 1 and equation 2, equation 3 by 3 each, and then add all the 4 equations. Then we should get the last equation by 3, means 3Cl2 plus 2 into 3, 6 NaCl sorry, here it is NaOH, not NaCl. Why? Because you have to take the starting one. So here is the equation, NaCl plus Cl2 you have to take. 6 NaOH gives rise to NaCl, means 5 NaCl plus NaClO3 plus 3H2O. This is the final balanced equation. Now let's see the number of atoms both sides, LHS and RHS. In the left hand side all the reactants and the right hand side all the products. Coming to chlorine and sodium, hydrogen and oxygen. Here also same, hydrogen and oxygen. We need to count all the atoms whether they are balanced or not. Coming to chlorine atoms, here 3 2s, 6 chlorine atoms. Here students, 5 plus 1, so 6 chlorine atoms. Coming to sodium, here 6 sodium atoms, here 5 plus 1, so sodium atoms also 6. Coming to hydrogen, here 6 hydrogens and here 3 2s, 6 hydrogens. Coming to oxygens, 6 oxygens, here also 3 plus these 3, 3 plus 3, so 6 oxygens. Now equation is balanced. Here is the second example. Balance the given chemical equation, that is skeleton equation. P plus HNO3 gives rise to H3PO4 plus H2O plus NO2. This is the net reaction. We have to balance this by using partial equations method. This reaction involves oxidation of phosphorus. Oxidation of phosphorus by nitric acid, that is HNO3, and takes place the following steps. I'm going to tell you. Step 1. Nitric acid decomposes. First one is nitric acid, formula HNO3. It must be decomposes into NO2 plus H2O. Okay, this is equation number 1. So here HNO3, if you place here 2, if you place here 2, nitrogens 2 and oxygens also balanced. This is the first one. Now second step. Here students, in the first one nitric acid decomposes to liberate. Here is the oxygen, nothing but nascent oxygen. Nascent means the term referred to oxygen that has just been made, presumably means just probably, in a chemical reaction. Okay, that is about the nascent oxygen. Now, nascent oxygen oxidizes phosphorus to phosphorus pentoxide. Here, 2p plus 5 oxygen atoms gives rise to P2O5. This is phosphorus pentoxide, equation number 2. Here, the oxidation of phosphorus could be done. Okay, now in step 3, this is step 2, this is 1. Phosphorus pentoxide, P2O5, already it has been formed. This dissolves in water to produce phosphoric acid. Now students, P2O5 plus H2O gives rise to phosphoric acid formula, you know very well, H3PO4. Here P2, 2 phosphorus atoms, here only 1 phosphorus atom, and 3 hydrogens, here only 2 hydrogens. Okay, then if you place in front of this compound water molecule, then here 3 to 6, then students, if you place here 2, hydrogens are balanced. So this is equation number 3. Now in the step 4, to cancel the intermediate products, multiply the partial equation 1 by 5 and adding to equation 2 and 3. Now we have the final equation. If you, this one you can remember, multiplying by 5. Okay, now HNO3, here is the starting equation. 2 into 5, 10 HNO3 plus 2p, here 2p gives rise to H3PO4 is the product, phosphoric acid, and same 2H3PO4 plus 2H2O plus 10NO2. This reaction we have got. Just to cancel the intermediate products, multiply the partial equation 1 just by 5 and adding to equation 2 and 3. Now this is the final equation. Dividing by the common factor 2, we have this complete equation, dividing the common factor with 2. Now 5HNO3 plus P gives rise to H3PO4 plus H2O plus 5NO2. Okay, just dividing by the common factor 2, we have this final equation. This represents the atomic equation since phosphorus, which is known to exist in the molecular form P4, has been indicated in the atomic form. This is step 4. Okay, coming to step 5, what we have to do to make the above atomic equation, molecular multiply it throughout by 4. Thus we have the required balanced molecular equation. Now let's see. 5 into 4, 20 HNO3 plus P4 gives rise to, means 4H3PO4 plus 4H2O plus again 5 4s 20 NO2. Right, this is the final balanced equation. Okay, for the question, P plus HNO3 gives rise to H3PO4 plus H2O plus NO2 by using partial equation method. Now let's go for the next example. Balance the chemical equation. This is the skeleton equation of KMnO4 plus H2SO4 plus COOH twice gives rise to K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus CO2 plus H2O. This is the skeleton equation. we need to balance it by using the method of partial equations. Now, in the solution, oxidation of oxalic acid. Here is the formula of oxalic acid is this one, C2O4H2. This is the oxalic acid formula. The oxidation of oxalic acid by potassium permanganate takes place in this reaction. Let's see how it will be the complete mechanism. First one, in the step 1, oxidation of oxalic acid, that is COOH twice. In step number 1, KMnO4 potassium permanganate plus H2SO4 sulfuric acid gives rise to K2SO4 plus MnSO4 plus H2O oxygen. So KMnO4 reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, this is dilute in state, to produce nascent oxygen here. Now, by balancing this skeleton equation by hit and trial method, then we get, hit and trial method means 2 KMnO4 plus 3 H2SO4 gives rise to K2SO4 plus 2 MnSO4 plus 3 H2O plus 5 oxygens. Okay, this is equation 1. By hit and trial method we have done this. Now students, in second step, oxalic acid is oxidizes into CO2. Here is the oxalic acid, COOH twice. It is oxidizes into COH and water, H2O, by the nascent oxygen produced in the equation 1. This is the nascent oxygen. Now let's see the chemical equation for this. COOH twice plus nascent oxygen. So this is the oxidation process. 2CO2 plus H2O. This is second equation. To cancel the intermediate product, that is nascent oxygen, multiply this equation 2 by 5 and adding to equation 1. Okay, now you have to add this to equation 1. Now we should get the final equation. 2 KMnO4 plus 3 H2SO4 plus 5 oxalic acid molecules, here COOH twice, gives rise to K2SO4 plus 2 MnSO4 plus 10 CO2 plus 8 H2O. This represents the balanced chemical equation for the above reaction. Here what we have done, just to cancel the intermediate product, that is nascent oxygen, multiply this equation number 2 by 5 and adding to this first equation. This is only the first equation. Okay, now we got this final one. Now students, we need to identify the complete atoms, the complete elements present in this. So we should get the equal number of atoms presented in this equation. Let's see that. First of all, you need to write the elements which are present in the reactant side and product side separately. So in this chemical equation completely, first one is K, potassium, and manganese, oxygen, carbon, hydrogen and sulfur. Here also same, like this I have written separately. In LHS, left hand side, nothing but reactant side, potassium, K. Okay, let's see, in potassium permanganate, 2. Okay, 2. Here there is no K, here also 2. So potassium is balanced. Now coming to manganese, here 2 manganese atoms, here also 2 manganese atoms. So manganese also balanced now. Now coming to oxygen, students, you need to identify here in 2 KMnO4. What about the number of oxygens? 2 fours 8 plus here 3 fours 12 plus here 5 COO twice. So 5 twos 10, 10 into 2 again 20. Now here what is the number, students? 40. So 40 oxygens are presented in the reactant side. And what about product side? Let's see now. Here 4 oxygen atoms plus in this 2 4s 8 plus 10 into 2 20 plus 8. Now total 16 plus 4 20 plus 20 40 oxygen atoms. So oxygen also balanced. Now coming to carbon atoms, here you can see carbons, 5 carbons, 2 means 10 carbons, okay, and here you can see 10 directly is there, 10 carbon atoms. So carbon also balanced. Now what about hydrogen? Let's see now. Here 3 2s 6 hydrogens, and here 5 2s 10. 6 plus 10, 16 hydrogen atoms. And what about product side? Let's see now. Hydrogens, here 8 into 2, 8 2s 16. Hydrogen also balanced. Now what about sulfur? Here let's see now. Sulfur, 3 sulfur atoms. And what about here? Here 1 sulfur plus 2 sulfurs, totally 3. Sulfur also is balanced. Now students, this is about partial equation method, the balance in the chemical equations. Okay, if you understand this class, you can subscribe to this channel for my further updates. Just we can recall what we have learned just basing upon the hit and trial method. This partial equation method is also basing upon hit and trial method. In hit and trial method, what are the steps we have studied? We should write the chemical formulae of the reactants and the product separately and select the biggest formula of the skeleton equation and equalize the number of atoms of each its constituent element. Now students, you need to identify the diatomic molecules also. In this we have studied already. If you see once the description, you can understand very easily. Okay students, thanks for watching. Thank you so much. Just you can take the number of examples of the balancing the chemical equations, then you can get a clear-cut idea about this. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.